Welcome, and thank you for joining me for another coffee with Bridget. And today's coffee is Sunday Coffee Maple Walnut, and it is super yummy. I'm drinking from my Your Magical mug with my unicorn on it. Always makes me think of my girl Shelly, but my friend Jackie is the one who got me the cup. So, yeah, a lot of things have been going on, a lot of things. So I staged my desk, which was where my sacred place was, and all my rocks. And I had to put all my minerals into containers. So I bought these really cool acrylic containers. My daughter put a sticker on here already, but oops, I have two stones on top here. But these things are really amazing. They hold 90 stones. They're actually pretty hefty. But I have two of those, and not all of my collection fit in there, so I had to buy a third one. A really pretty stone fell off the top. This is obsidian. Has a little bit of brown on it, but this is pretty cool. But yeah, so that was a big deal, getting all those on there, putting them in there. And I was going to label them all, but that was going to be a long process. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can fit all of my minerals into two, and then we'll see where we go from there. And of course, I didn't fit all the minerals into two, so a third one should cover it. But that means I have over 200 rocks, which is like, wow, okay. And then I have a bigger one for the bigger show-stopping pieces coming. I have a slotted one where you can move the slots around. And that one was supposed to arrive on Saturday, but apparently Amazon lost my box. So Amazon, naughty Amazon, it got to the Redlands facility and disappeared. So who knows what happened to the box once it got there. So I might have to issue a refund. And I've never done a refund on Amazon, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll see if that ever pops up. It was supposed to be a picture frame for my daughter. One of the picture frames fell off the wall and broke. I knocked it off on accident. I was staging pictures for Amazon and eBay, and I took the photo frame below it off, and when I did, I hit it and it fell and it broke. It broke at the seam, and I'm like, oh, darn it. It's the one type that you open up and it's like a shadow box where you can put in multiple pictures. So whenever they draw something and they give it to you, you can just put it up in a frame, which I prefer. Or if they bring home something from school, you put it up in the frame. So I was kind of bummed that broke. It wasn't the best quality anyway, so I got one that was better quality that I liked, that I bought for Katie. It was Michelle's that fell. I bought Michelle's off of Facebook, off of an ad, and it just wasn't very good. Those Facebook ads, what can you say? But as far as eBay and Marketplace goes, I'm doing pretty good. Things are selling. Things are moving. The hutch sold. When I listed that, I was like, oh my gosh, if this sells, I'm going to be in trouble because it has all this stuff in it that I'm trying to sell. And it sold almost automatically the next day. And the story behind that hutch is, so I had an ex-boyfriend and we drove to Montana to move his mom. And on the way back, we stopped in Las Vegas and visited one of his friends. And one of his friends said that he just wanted to get rid of the china cabinet, just didn't want it anymore. So they gave it to us for free. So I sold it for $170. So that's pretty cool. And because it was mine before I met my ex-husband, I could sell it no problem because it's considered my property. Just like he has a Mustang body that he had. He had a Mustang at one point. He blew up the engine. He removed the engine. So now it's just a Mustang body. And, that's his because he had it before he met me. So I can sell stuff that I had before I met him. And so I'm selling a lot of that stuff. And all the stuff that I inherited, I can sell. So all the stuff I inherited from my grandma, I'm selling. But yeah, so that's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I'm selling these blow molds, Christmas decorations that my parents gave me. So that's pretty cool. And the big Santa one sold for $100 right off the gate. I priced that one way too low, just like I probably priced the china cabinet too low, and that's why it sold so fast. But I'm selling a lot of stuff. I'm selling the dresser and bed and end tables in my room because they're heavy. And quite honestly, California King probably won't fit into an apartment. I'm probably going to do a twin bed. I know that sounds funny, and it doesn't leave any room, but the twin bed would be just fine with me, and they're nice and cheap. They're like $90 and you can have it delivered. So that's probably what I'm going to switch to. The girls won't be able to sleep with me, but that's a bonus because then they have to sleep on their own. So doing that. Yeah, selling a lot of stuff, just purging on an epic level. I sold one of my games for $150, which was amazing. One of my PlayStation 1 games. I think I mentioned that in the last post, but that one blew me away because $150 for a PS1 game that's been rotting in a bin. Well, not rotting, but sitting in a bin in my bedroom underneath my bed for 20 years, it's just amazing. I sold the hutch for $20 more than that, and the hutch is a big deal. I listed my desk for 200 something, so I don't think it's going to move yet, but if I price it around 100, I'm sure it will move. I'm gonna let that mature to 4 weeks before I get a little bit more extreme with it, and then if it goes beyond a month, then I might go even more extreme, but I want it gone. So that is the whole thing, is the stuff needs to go. I'm sorry, I was watching I had an alert come up because Vons is approaching with my food. This is the first time, my alarm came up. This is the first time that I've ordered so early in the morning. I ordered from 6 to 10. They have a delivery time of 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And so the girls really wanted cupcakes. So I was like, okay, I'll buy you cupcakes. I don't know why they were so fiendish about cupcakes, but they were like, we want cupcakes, we want goodies. They're feeling pretty different with selling all this stuff. They proudly go with me to the post office and carry their little parcels because I'm selling books, and the books are small and light, so they're carrying their little parcels with them, and they put it in the bin and they close it, and it's just this big deal. They're really enjoying it. And then Katie goes, bye bye book, bye bye dad, bye bye whatever. I did sell my baby Heather doll, which was a big deal. So baby Heather was this animatronic doll that came out in the 80s, and I earned her by being really, really good and improving on my grades to a certain point that I finally got her. So I used to carry her around with me everywhere, and I don't know. And then unfortunately my ex-husband broke her leg when we moved the last time. And not very long ago, she actually did still work. I didn't put batteries in her to test her or anything, but she still made work. And but she sold, so I'm excited to let that go. Just letting go of a lot of things that were a big deal when I was younger, but not a big deal now. So that's kind of cool. Like these scroll posters, they have followers on eBay, but these are called scroll posters, and they're for Shuki Yuki, which is a anime that I used to be really into, and I'm trying to sell these. There's 3 of them, and I've got people who are interested in them. I just have to go to Home Depot and buy a tube for them to be put into. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff. But I'm having fun, and I'm going to start my job this week, which is exciting. But I will let you know more about that once I actually get into it and see how I do. But I'm excited about that as well. So there's a lot of good stuff happening in my life right now. So I hope you have a wonderful day. This video is coming to an end. Bye for now.